It's Met Gala review time. 2025 Met Gala has been and done. The first Monday of May was a success, but the review's here. It's review time. There were many looks that I loved for a variety of different reasons. As I mentioned earlier on this week in a previous video, spotlighting some of the amazing stylists, designers, costume makers, literally everyone behind the scenes. I need to shout them out first because they're the real people who are making these looks happen. First up, who this outfit is a little bit inspired by, Alton Mason. Emboss. Big boss, you know! Alton, when your mama named you, she knew you'd be an A+ student in fashion. She knew. There ain't many things you have been able to do. Like, you can sing, you can dance, you can model, you can act. I'm sure you're writing and producing your own songs. And one thing you have never done, you have never worn a bad look. So, big up to you, Alton Mason. Keep, turning out these looks and continue success for the rest of your career. Just well done. Well done. I like the references. I like the little bit of your personality from anime that came into it, but deeply inspired by black dandyism with the kind of oversized zoot suit style of that big cape. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Tiana Taylor. In Marc Jacobs, but most importantly, Marc Jacobs, you're cool and whatever, but this ain't about you. With the Ruth E. Carter, two-time winner of the Oscar, that Ruth E. Carter. This look was just, it was mind-blowing. It fully embodied black dandyism in every form of the word, of the style, from the floor-length do-rag with the pleats in it to the Harlem Rose iconography throughout, the deepness and the richness of the red, the additional embellishments that were added on top. We just knew that Ruth E. Carter was never going to let any of us down, and that in collaboration with Tiana Taylor, that's all I gotta say. 10 out of 10, would happily see her again. Understandably, it was the battle of the white suit. Whether it was like a tailored white suit, like super slim to the body, or whether it was an oversized white suit, the white suits were out in full force. We had Zendaya in a white suit. We had Anna in a white suit. Personally, my favorite white suit of the night, don't get me wrong, you both look gorgeous, you both look stunning, but my favorite white suit of the night was Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton in Wells Bonner. Wow. Okay, not only centering black British designers, but also centering Grace Wells Bonner, like just impeccable. Wow. Just top tier levels of design, and the intricacy of like the shells and all of the different embellishments that was there. The hat. I kind of want that hat, I kind of want that hat. So Lewis, once you're done with it, send it my way. Thank you very much. The white suits came to play. Yeah, but that moment when Law on the red carpet saw the almost matching look. Yeah, we all felt that. But as Law said, who wore it better? And I think personally Zendaya wore it better. Don't get me wrong. Both women look stunning. Both women look sensational. But I think Zendaya just picked it to the post. Top tier style though. Top tier style. One of the other co-chairs of the night, Coleman Domingo, brought us two looks from Valentino. The first one, all decked out in blue with the gorgeous embellishment up top, which kind of gave a bit of Sunday best, but ultimately was a big tribute to Andre Leon Talley, which I thought was absolutely incredible. Understandably, there was lots of reference to him throughout the whole night. And then he transformed into this, like, slightly more demure, but incredibly tailored Valentino suit with pearl details across the whole thing. Another person who really kind of leaned into the pearl embellishments was Pharrell Williams. Now, initially, when I saw the white jacket with the trousers, I was like, okay, it's cute. But then I really zoomed in. I think it was like 15,000 individual pearls that were put onto that jacket, which was from Louis Vuitton. him doing up creative director and all that. Did I love every single Louis Vuitton look of that night? No, I did not. But well done, Pharrell Williams. As much as I love this theme, I really did. I think, like most people, I was really expecting, people to really push the boat out. In previous years, people have gone really over the top in full Met Gala style. This year, now, the suiting, if we're gonna break down to the tailoring itself, gorgeous, stunning for the majority of people. Some of y'all, you should have stayed at home. But I think a lot of us were expecting, Congolese uncle kind of style, or like Sunday best kind of style, when people come and show up and show out with the mix of colors and the different kinds of pattern. That's why I think Oswald Boateng did extremely well on the red carpet. From Ncuti Gatwa to Burna Boy, like the mixture of like textures and colors was absolutely gorgeous. And talking about Congolese uncles, may we continue to remember all of the people currently now in the DRC who are going through absolute atrocity. Free Congo. Understandably, we knew many people were gonna come and slay, for example, Janelle Monáe. I mean, I think I saw an interview with her where she was saying, like, the moment it was announced, she was already getting tweets from people, rightfully so, because Janelle Monáe throughout her whole career, from the beginning until now, has always referenced Black dandyism and continues to do so. That look in collaboration with Tom Brown and Paul Tazwell was sensational. From the kind of clockwork monocle to the bringing together of the black and the red and the white, that initial, exaggerated cape version taken off to reveal what was underneath. Absolutely stunning. The only thing I personally feel that was missing from that wasn't an accessory, wasn't anything like that, was a person. Where was Jidenna? Jidenna, the one who sang, he's a classic man. Where was he? Because Jidenna and Janelle Monáe together, there was an era where we couldn't move anywhere. We couldn't move anywhere without those two giving us Black dandyism. So where was Jidenna? And better yet, where was Wisdom K? Where was he? Because we all know that look that he would have brought. Let's be real, probably in 2 looks would have been sensational. Would have been tantalizing. But no, we were deprived of it. Hopefully next year though, Something that I believe many people were expecting, specifically with the Superfine styling black tailoring theme, they were expecting to see loads more emerging black designers. And I agree, but I think some of us just need to open our eyes just a little bit more, because we got quite a few looks from incredible designers. Yes, not the super emerging ones, but the ones that we've known about for a little while. So Sergio Hudson, fantastic. I believe he dressed all of Stevie Wonder's family, and that one long cape, wow, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. We also had Luar on the red carpet. Mahala, that kind of sculptural kind of dress in that grey colour. Wow. I think that was definitely a highlight. It was definitely a standout. But I haven't seen spoken about that much at all. We also had Laquan Smith, who, he came and did what he needed to do. Miss Halle Berry. I think we all collectively saw a little bit. You looked incredible, but I was unprepared for that look. Well done to you. As previously mentioned, we had Wells Bonner there. Oswald Boateng was there. So many great black designers. Dapper Dan. That's what I say. Dapper Dan. Like, he had to be there, obviously. But we also had one of my personal favourite designers. And I'm saying this mainly because one day he will dress me. Hey, you're gonna dress me one day. House of Grey. BJ Gray was on the red carpet. He also dressed Tyler Perry in that kind of beautiful sparkly number. But just not only is that, like, the House of Grey's whole brand, like, beautiful, brilliant tailoring in bright colors and, different textures and patterns. You delivered. Round of applause to you. You delivered. Now one day, as I say, you gonna dress me. So whether it's for the Met Gala, whether it's, for the Oscars, whether it's for some kind of event in the future, you gonna dress me, okay? Thank you very much. We also got to experience Swanky Jerry and Claire Solmers in Deji and Kola. Wow! What? Just look at the material. Look at that material. There's nothing more I need to say, really. I truly believe that every person who turned up in Tom Brown understood the assignment, namely Mona Patel. Mona Patel, I was so unprepared for how brilliant and beautiful that look was, and not only just how beautiful it was, but how on theme it was. And she made it her own. When she turned around, there was like robotic bits in the back to represent like what she does in her personal life. Wow, bravo, bravo. Another person who, I mean, I think I even thought last year she'd make her debut, but she made it this year, was Miss Coco Jones. Coco, what a couple of years you've had relaunching your career. You know, everybody loving on your music. You have a new album, and you went and shut down the Met Gala blue carpet like that. Also, that one long braids, that one long, you delivered. I'm gonna give you 11 out of 10. I actually really love this look. And I love that actually this look was conceptualized with an Indian designer. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Someone else who surprised me was the incredible, world-renowned stylist, Gabriella Carifa Johnson. Now, there were some looks I wasn't necessarily a fan of, but I did appreciate. I actually think, on reflection, even though I personally thought Kendall Jenner's look was boring, like the rest of the internet did, I think I really actually liked how it was structured. And I think that's the part that I really enjoy. But we ain't gonna talk about the things I don't like that much. Because if you turned up in a blazer dress, then you should have stayed at home. Anyway, we're moving on. Someone else who was also dressed by Gabriella Carifa Johnson was Gigi Hadid. Now, I actually think this look was incredible. Many people were like, well, it's not really on theme. But I think the reference back to the original designer of this dress, I think was beautiful. Not only does it honor all of the black people who came before, the black seamstresses, the black tailors, I think it was just also just a really beautiful dress. And again, with like the hair as well, incredible. Another look which I absolutely loved was also, again, for me personally, unexpected, because I was unaware. I was unaware of the caliber of styling you was bringing. But Miss Joey King, wow! In Miu Miu, I didn't even know Miu Miu made stuff like that. Where it been? Because all I've seen from Miu Miu is those micro skirts. Miu Miu, please do more of that. Whatever that was with the green suit and the reflective and the mix of different colors in the center, please do more of that. I need to see it because that was incredible. Joey King, wherever the cookout is, you're invited, because if you're pulling looks like that, come my sister, come. Mary Poppins looked incredible. Oh, sorry. Jamie Soros looked incredible in Sergio Hudson. I can't lie, when I first saw this, I genuinely thought, wow, Mary Poppins pandemic carpets. Got my Mary Poppins at the Met Gala. Then I realized it wasn't. But no, I really love this. Now, this is someone who really took the theme seriously. So seriously, I thought she was Mary Poppins. All you needed was that one umbrella, and it would have been the look. I would have given it to you. Someone else who I really thought kind of, again, beautiful and so unexpected. But actually, no, was completely expected, because she's been pulling looks from time. Miss Demi Moore, she came with a black tie. A literal, black tie. So good. Also, another one of my favorite fashion designers, a full stop, already came and brought some brilliant looks. One of my absolute favorite, absolute favorite, was Jenna Ortega and that metal ruler dress. That is taking the, tailored for you theme, flipping it on its head, bringing in the black dandyism and being like, cool, there you go. There it is. Now, Jenna, I don't know how you walked in it. Personally, I have no clue how you walked in it, but, I appreciate the dedication to the look. I do. You know, last year we got Tyler's look, that was, you know, the sand dress, again, Balmain, Olivier Rousteing, incredible. This year, now Tyler, you look cute, you look cute. Also styled by Law Roach, and I actually think the references behind the look were really, really cool, and also the little details. I think because you gave us a knockout last year with Olivier, this year was still good. It was still good. By no means, I'm not saying this year was bad, but comparatively to last year, I was a bit like, oh, okay, like she cute, but I love it. And again, I love the reference to Andre Leon Talley as well. Some of the people who were also styled by Law included Nicki Minaj, Jeremy Pope, and again, personally one of my favorite, maybe of all time, Jodie Turner-Smith. This Burberry moment! This one right here, the reference came from, I believe, a black equestrian, which I thought, you know, with the hat tilted on the side, with all of the beautiful material that came with it. Miss Jodie, you strike again. Look after look, after look after look after look. I think your back catalogue of looks is second to none. It's absolutely second to none. I also really found Jeremy Pope's outfit, the actual kind of cast of what a kind of mannequin would look like, was really, really interesting. I personally preferred his reference to the mannequin over Rosalia's of the mannequin. Again, loved them both, but I think the kind of rawness of it made a bit more sense to me. I think the beauty of Rosalia's, again, that was also Balmain, really kind of sat in that same space of like artistry that Olivier and Balmain always loved to push, and I thought it was beautiful. But I think the rawness of that Margiela look just pipped it slightly for me. Some other favourites of mine were Maluma, Shabuzi, that big blue chain beading, stunning. Absolutely love that. Also, our nephew, who now probably is no longer our nephew because he grown, Caleb McLaughlin. Caleb, you looked incredible. Carby Lame with all of the timepieces, very, very cool, and a very great literal but also metaphorical reference to that time period. One brilliant thing about this year's Met Gala, specifically with this theme, meant that there were loads more black celebrities there, but not just black celebrities from different cultures that we often never get to see on the Met Gala carpet, which is very, very interesting. Now thinking to the future of Met Galas, will we see more diversity on that red carpet, that blue carpet, whatever colour the carpet is? I hope we will. I really genuinely hope we will. But, you know, there have been a couple of interviews that we've seen which may not make that the case. But it'd be great if we saw more. We had Thames and Oswald Boateng wearing the beautiful prints, wearing, like, it was absolutely stunning. With that umbrella too, that umbrella, wow. A couple of honourable mentions that I feel like are worthy of being in here. Justin Jefferson in Public School, Andrew Scott, Gulliver Heritage, Lauryn Hill, A$AP Rocky, Rihanna, Keith Powers, Henry Goulding, also in Oswald Boateng, Damson Idris, Cardi B, also in Burberry, Reggae Jean Page, Zoe Saldana, Debbie Allen, Christian Lachman, Tyler Mitchell, and Brian Tyree Henry in Orange Culture, Nigeria. Absolute chef's kiss. Al Sharpton, I did not expect to see you, but you have Sharp in the name, so what you came dressed in made sense to me. It was absolutely sharp. Diana Ross, I don't think Diana Ross has been at a Met Gala in about 20 years. And she showed up and showed out the only way that Diana Ross can. You know, talking about the Ross family, Evan Ross, her son, was there, you know, again, incredible look, but also Miss Tracy Ellis Ross was there. I just love how exaggerated everything she was wearing was. The Met Gala is something for me that is just an incredible, beautiful display of art, but specifically this year, this one felt more important than ever, and I hope that moving forward, all Met Galas will be really reflective of the time that they're in. Fashion is political. Fashion is all about statements, not just about writing words that say statements on it, but actually how we dress has been, you know, political and, you know, linked to society from the beginning of time through to now. So to see something so, you know, poignant and powerful at the Met Gala. It means we can never go back to the flimsy themes again, okay? We can never, ever, ever go back to some of those flimsy themes again. Don't get me wrong, I love them. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed alongside everyone else. But I think this is a turning point in the Met Gala where we're going to see so many more meaningful themes. Thank you for staying for the review. Do you agree? Do you like the same ones I like? If you don't agree, that's fine. You know, let me know in the comments below. Be nice though. Okay, be nice. Don't be rude. No. We don't do this around here. We lift people up. We do not tear people down. But also, if you think I missed anyone out who should have, been involved in, this review, let me know as well. But yeah, I'm Victoryforu. Hope that you'll be victorious every day. I can't wait to bring you another Met Gala review next year, and I'm waiting for the theme. I'm waiting for the theme already. So yeah, let's go.